Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday. I'm going to try this and give you guys a new look. I had thought about, if I can do Wednesdays, I'm going to do them. I promise that I won't waste your time. If it is going to look Mickey Mouse or, I just can't execute this, I would rather us wait till Sunday when we can give you a better, well-produced video, and you don't have to worry about me wasting your time just to post a video. That's my commitment to you. So I got my morning stuff going on. I have been trucking in wood still. Every cord I can buy, I know that I'm more than doubling my money, and I know that I can sell just about everything I get my hands on. So I am doing oak, and I stack my oak. I always stack a few right here on the driveway, and it provides a windbreak and a snow fence for when wintertime comes, because the snow really does come, or the wind really does come across the street. We're out in the middle of farmlands here. But I had worked out a deal with a local producer, and he has a bunch of oak. I am getting it at a slightly reduced price because he doesn't have to stack it. He knows me well enough to know what a cord looks like in my trailer. So I'm saving him about an hour of labor, and that's getting me a cheaper price. And what I was thinking about talking today, I haven't discussed it yet with you guys, is branding. Specific to my truck though, I'm going to use with my logo. So like our t-shirt sales, when you start a business, you want to have a logo, something that you can be identified with, like the Nike swoosh or the Ford blue oval. So when I was going to make a logo, I came up with this. And I remember I have a friend that does embroidery and t-shirts, printing like this. And I says, I have come up with the greatest idea for a logo. I says, get this. It's going to be a face of a log, and you can see the rings in it, and it's going to have my company initials, OWB, in it. I said, this is brilliant. And he says, Joe, that's about the lamest idea I've ever heard for a logo. He says, come on. He says, every wood company out there uses, the face of a log, and they put their initials in it. That's nothing exciting. The second thing that I learned right away, while it looks good on a t-shirt, I didn't want to spend a lot of time with the logo, but this is what I got. I learned real quick when I started thinking about decorating my truck that this logo would not look good on the door of a truck. It's too small. You cannot elongate it to fit the entire door. So I hired a lady, and I'm going to talk to her about coming along for one of these videos one day, because she's really good. She's very creative. And I had some ideas, and she had some ideas, and she's very creative, and she came up with our new logo, which is, and I've used this for a while, it's just you don't see it on my t-shirts. So the alliteration is my idea, family, friends, firewood, and that took a lot of thought. If you study speech writing, alliteration is where you use the same word and it either have the same consonants or the same sound to them. And I came up with family, friends, firewood. I started with the word firewood, and it starts with the letter F. So I call this the triple F, which maybe was inspired by my high school report cards. I don't know. And the other thing, that was my whole marketing, for firewood, is in capturing that essence, that emotion that we all have with firewood. And really, that's what firewood does. It brings everyone together, our families and friends. So that's where the family, friends, firewood, I came up with that. She worked it into my logo. And this is what we came up with. And, it's a flame. Okay, so that's kind of lame, but, it's shaped as Ohio. This is Portsmouth down here in the southern tip. And it has a watermark of Ohio's North Shore. So Cleveland's up here. So we worked the state of Ohio into it, and with our crossed logs, we put a couple personalized elements into it. If you notice on the face of this log, there are 4 cracks in the log, and that is for the 4 members of our family. You know what I missed though, I didn't think of it at the time. What would have been cool if I would have put these marks, if this was a 12 o'clock clock, you know, there's 12 months in a year. If I'd have put the hash marks where the months of our birth years would have been put in there, I think that would have been another cool element to it. Okay, so, but this logo looks dynamite on the car door. The colors, I think, just work well together, maroon and that dark green. And, you know, so when, I got to tell you what, when you start getting into business, the one thing I learned was when you put your name on the side of your truck, everything changes. Okay, so I felt it gave me credibility when I was pulling into people's yards with my truck, or pulling into their driveways with my truck. It immediately tells them that I'm for real, that I am professional. You know, I'm not, I have my other truck, which I don't have lettered. You know, it was just a different appearance, different level of credibility. You got to think of the way that the customer views you. You could be the nicest guy in the world, very presentable, but you know, you show up in a two-tone half-ton, it doesn't look the same as when you show up in a work truck, you know. So the logo on the truck was a big deal. It also, the other thing I learned real quick too is, you know, your name and your number is on the side of your truck, so you kind of drive a little different when you got your contact information like that. You know, I've noticed that I'm not pulling out in front of people as much as I used to, and cutting people off in traffic, that kind of stuff. So when you're, especially, you know, if you're professional, you drive professional. And it also gives me a new respect for, you know, the people that are self-employed and they've named their company after themselves, you know, like John Smith Plumbing. Man, I have a lot of respect for guys that do that, because man, you're putting your name out there to the world. And you know that old story of like tree service companies that use magnetic signs after they smash your house, they peel their sign off the door and they leave. It's a totally different, this is, I think, one of the most important things that I've done for my company in the branding standpoint, with putting my name on the truck and putting the logo. So if you are in a firewood company, or if you're looking at improving, you know, get yourself a logo, and just get a logo. You know, there's all kinds of websites that will do like a logo generator, but I'm serious. There are people in your neighborhood. There's a lot of people that are part-timers, or, you know, moms that are doing it as a side hustle, you know, over the internet. And really, they don't even need to be in your neighborhood, because it's all computer. You know, they could be on the other side of the country, and reach out to them, find out what the rates are. This was very cheap. I feel, for what I got, and you know, I felt whatever I paid for this, which was a pretty reasonable price, it totally increased the, you know, the net value of my company. If I ever were to try and sell it, you know, this really makes your company worth a lot more. Other things that I did on the truck, because it is a blank canvas. This is a half-ton F-150. It's got an 8-foot bed, and you know, just real simple stuff. I am a fan of Georgia font. Please don't think that I'm a nerd, but I am. So this is all Georgia font, and you know, I just real simple: home, restaurant, and barbecue. I thought barbecue was that last element to where it could be, you know, anything. It just gives the impression that you know, I can sell wood for other than heat. And then, lastly, on the back, we're going to get some shadows here at the morning sun. We have the phone number, what I do, firewood delivery, and then it's got my website on the back. So everyone that's behind me can see my website. And if they see that I'm firewood delivery, I hope that Ohio Woodburner sticks in their head. They can you know, get on my website and give me a call. I'm going to talk about websites here one of these days. I got some really cool things I want to share with you. And you know, I'm serious. If you have a firewood delivery service, get yourself a website. Get yourself a website and get it. It's easy. Don't think, because serious, I've always said, if it doesn't leak oil, I can't work on it. But I pulled it off. And it's going to get better too. That's what I want to share with you in some upcoming videos about a website. So here you go, a brand, a logo, and it works too. You know, my office is my couch, and I still remember the first time I knew that this branding was starting to work. Just, you know, my phone mannerisms, the emails that I was sending out. I got a call from a restaurant, and he wanted to talk about this and that, and I told him I was out driving in my truck. I said, can I give him, you know, we can resume when I get somewhere, because, you know, I'm trying not to talk. Again, you're driving down the road with a logo on the side of your truck, so you don't want to be, you know, giving the wrong impression. You want to be unprofessional to someone who's going to see that. But he says, okay, great. He says, I tell you what, when you get back to your office, give me a call. And I just thought that was funny because, you know, my office is my couch. But the power of that brand, your image, wearing a uniform, answering your phone professionally, having a logo on the side of your truck, all of that adds value, and that allows you to, you know, ask more for your firewood, and you can get your price. Little things that you do start to add up. You know, the other thing too, so this is a half-ton truck. It's got the 8-foot bed, and I'll share with you one other thing. I had also a Chevy Colorado, you know, like a smaller Chevy S10 size truck, and my thought was I would haul, you know, quarter cords with it. But when I got down to it, that's all I could haul with it. I couldn't take anything extra, and it was a great truck. It was a lot of fun to drive around. It was a 4-cylinder, but you know what? At the end of the day, it didn't get any better gas mileage than this truck, because I can get 20-21 miles to the gallon easy in this truck. So that's what I don't like, big trucks, and I tried the small trucks and it didn't work. But you know, it was white with the logo, but I got rid of it, and so now I just roll with this half-ton truck. It's very versatile. And I will say this, when you pull into a customer's driveway, and the other thing about this truck that I thought was real cool and I didn't appreciate it at the time, it's got the chrome grille. And you know, this truck's in really good shape, and when it's washed up, it looks dynamite. And man, I get a lot of compliments when I'm pulling into a driveway with my truck. The last thing, I did tint the windows. That's because I just want to keep the sun. When you got a work cab like this, that sun's beating down on you. And I put a headache rack on it too. That's for safety, because you know, if I'm in a crash, all of these logs flying through the back of my window, that's not on my list of things to do. Okay. So there you go, logo. Get yourself a logo, put it on your business cards, put it on your stationery, put it on your signature and your email, and put it on your t-shirts. So that's all I got for you here. It's hot. It is hot again. And it was 91 yesterday. It's in the 90s again today, and we're supposed to be getting some bad storms coming through, and I'm trying to get all this wood stacked up. There you go, guys. This is going to be a Wednesday video. If I can do this again, I'll do it. Maybe I'll do a live stream sometime too. This is all out of my comfort zone, and I'm figuring it out as we go. We got my daughter Emily delivered to college, so she's all set up and ready to go. Our fingers are crossed with COVID, because a lot of these colleges are already shutting down, and she's loving it where she's going, and I hope that she can enjoy her college years. All right. Okay, guys, there you go. Everyone have a great day.